Hello everybody, I'm iTrueface, and in today's video I asked people on Twitter what I should record today because my how to use still isn't ready, but I was looking through the responses and they all looked like they needed actual battle examples and stuff. So then I was looking at my YouTube comments section for the most recent Teclipse video, which if you haven't seen, it'll be carded up over there. Go check it out. I looked at the comments to hear some of your thoughts, and well, I saw that almost none of you know what an actual counter is, so I figured today's video I'll discuss the differences between a check and a counter when it comes to actual PvP. So I don't have anything actually organized here, so we're just gonna kind of wing it. But here, let's talk about Teclipse since we did it yesterday. I was talking, basically a TLDR on that one is, I was talking about how good Teclipse is because of its ability, and everybody was all like, oh, I mean, it's fine, it's got counters like Terraclaw. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool, Terraclaw, the one that's weak to Icicle Trap and has no recovery, meaning every time Terraclaw comes in against a Teclipse that has a teammate with Icicle Trap, it's getting chunked really hard. And they're like, oh, it's got Parasitize, it's fine. And so I'm like, okay, let's entertain the idea here. So here, it's actually, no, not the right one. Blah, there we go, that's the right one. Here's a calc. It shows that yes, a Terraclaw under majority of circumstances is going to take almost nothing from Teclipse, 18 to 21. It also has a health amulet, so it'll get some of that HP back. But then we start taking Icicle Trap into account, and people, I know a lot of you are like, Icicle Trap isn't common. People don't run Icicle Trap. And I'm like, okay, in the general Coliseum, sure, you're right. A lot of people don't run Icicle Trap because they don't know that it's good yet. But in higher level play, Icicle Trap is everywhere because it's really good. When we're talking about this higher level play, Terraclaw is always going to be pressured here because it is weak to Icicle Trap. And if you don't know, if you are weak to Icicle Trap and you come in on it, that's 25% of your health gone. So not only will it be taking the potential damage of this 18 to 21 from the Gamma Pulse, or the same amount from Raging Howl, assuming Light Essence, obviously a little bit less, but it's also going to be taking that Icicle Trap chip, that 25%, every time it comes in. Now, on the topic of Parasitize, we have to remember Teclipse has other teammates. If it swaps into a bug resist, I don't know what's common with Teclipse. Sure, we'll just go Stratosaur. Who cares? Sure, we'll just go Stratosaur, the boring old Stratosaur. You're now getting no HP back. Your health amulet's recovering very little there. And now you're most likely forced out because you're not going to beat it. Especially with after all that chip, the Icicle Trap and the extra damage from the Gamma Pulse or Raging Howl. Now you're not going to beat the Teclipse, or not the Stratosaur, so you're forced out. If you do not have hazard removal, which if you're running Terraclaw, you should, every time Teclipse comes in, and if your counter to Teclipse is Terraclaw, it's going to be taking another 25% plus whatever damage Teclipse decides to throw at you, and eventually, 3 swap-ins, heck, even maybe 2, depending on the situation, and Teclipse will be breaking through you. So, while on paper, if we're looking strictly at just damage alone, yeah, you're right. It counters Teclipse. You're not doing much. You can reliably do it over and over again and whatnot. But in the real grand scheme of things, Icicle Trap is a very real move, and if you're not preparing for it because, oh, it's not very common, then Teclipse is going to break through you quite easily. Now, I haven't discussed what the difference between a check and a counter is yet, so I guess I should be doing that. Anyway, a check, or basically, everybody's definition currently in the community, their definition of a counter is just something that can beat another Loomian. Like, Garbantus is a Teclipse counter because it one-shots it with battering ram. Okay, so that's what we would call a check. A check is able to deal with a Loomian and threaten it out and all that stuff. However, it's not able to do this consistently because you would have to be able to switch into it. You'd have to be able to consistently switch into it throughout a match and threaten it out. And Garbantus can't do that. If it swaps in on a Raging Howl, that's the only time it gets to swap in on Teclipse. That's like the only time. If it comes in one other time, it's dying. So in that regard, Garbantus is a check because it can't reliably keep coming in on Teclipse and threatening it out. Yes, if it's a revenge kill, Garbantus will threaten Teclipse out because it's faster and can one-shot it. But a counter is something that can reliably do what a check does. Come in, threaten it out, keep it from doing stuff throughout the match. For example, a counter for something like Zulong, would be Setimars or Tyrex. Tyrex, sure, doesn't have recovery, but a lot of Tyrex nowadays are built more on the bulky side for Protagon and are very greedy when it comes to the health amulet. So let us go back to the calc real quick. Oh boy, here comes a free set. Never mind. Let's even go 0-0 on the Tyrex. Let's just go to Zulong, and we go to Elemental Burst. Just throw a 200 brute force. I put Elemental Burst in the wrong spot because I keep forgetting, like this particular scene, I keep forgetting that you can only see down here. But let's put a health amulet here. You're not even KOing Tyrex in 5 hits, and it's got 0 bulk investment. Actually, okay, so you can potentially knock out Tyrex in 5 hits, if you've got Ancient Essence Brute Force. But what about Smart? Oh, it's still going to be near 5, and still Tyrex has 0 bulk invested. Now, if we, invest in bulk so that Protagon doesn't get a ranged attack boost, suddenly you can start seeing where these numbers are getting out of control. Or not out of control, just to the point where Tyrex is able to consistently throughout a match come in and help deal with this. And obviously we could even bump up this HP to the point I don't remember the benchmark. I'm gonna be real for its amulet. What's 12 times 16? All right, 192. There we go. 192 HP. Now it's getting 16 HP per amulet, or 12 HP per amulet. And now you're only doing 20 to 24 and or percent wise, and you're healing 12 off per turn. You're threatening out Zulong every time you come in, and with the amulet, you're giving yourself a bit of longevity. So in that regard, Tyrex is able to consistently come in and threaten out Zulong, making it a counter. Now, a Zulong check would be something like Borok, who cannot do the same thing. If you see a Zulong in, let's say you happen to get in on a Thunderstrike. Let's just give you the benefit of the doubt, and you're just all the way in. Come in on a Thunderstrike, you're at full HP, and now you want to threaten out the Zulong. You can take 1 Elemental Burst. You can take 1. And then, of course, hang on. Let's fix this. Oh wait, you're actually tender. And yeah, you can easily get Zulong on out of there. But the problem is you only take 1 Elemental Burst. 1. Anything else? Anything more, and Zulong's able to deal with you. You are a check And obviously, and honestly, not even a very good one. Because Elemental Burst chunks you hard. So again, if you want to be a counter, you need consistency. Obsidragon is a counter to Ursul because it can consistently come in against it, take its hits, heal, threaten it out. What's an example of a check to Ursul? Wow, I'm having a brain fart. Oh, Ferroglyph is a check to Ursul. It may not be able to switch in on a hit, but it can threaten it with Spectral Burst. You just need to be aware of Shadow Sprint. You also have Phantom Slash on the physical, which is decent as well, especially since you're hitting it on its weaker defense. So there you go. Checks and counters. Checks, able to threaten X is able to threaten Y out of battle, or threaten it with a knockout or big damage, or just beat it 1v1. A check is able to beat it 1v1. Yeah, let's go with that. I guess. I don't. You know what? I don't want to leave it like that. It's just able to threaten out the other Loomian. A counter is able to do what a check does consistently throughout the match. Now, obviously, even if you are a counter, if it is so late in the game that you are super duper chipped, you're probably not going to be able to counter the Loomian anymore. But that's more of an end game problem. But you are still classified as a counter on paper. So yeah, Terraclaw is about the worst counter to Teclipse, since Icicle Trap is a thing. It'll wall Teclipse, sure, and if there's no Icicle Trap, then you get to have fun. But Icicle Trap is common in the higher level play because, well, it's super good. Yeah, you should probably account for it. And a more reliable Teclipse counter would be very clever Stratosaur, able to pretty much eat any hit from Teclipse, and not pretty much, it will swallow any hit from Teclipse and threaten it with the metal typing. So yeah, if you're looking for an actual Stratosaur counter, not Stratosaur, Teclipse counter, it would be more so Stratosaur than Terraclaw. Terraclaw is good, don't get me wrong, just really susceptible to getting chipped hard because weak to Icicle Trap, no real recovery. So yeah. That's pretty much it. A check is able to deal with it. A counter is able to deal with it reliably, consistently. If you found this video to be helpful, I would hope you would leave a like on the video. It really does help me out. Lets other people see the video. And let me know your thoughts. What do you think? What other things do you think could counter Teclipse? Even after it got something like Dark Surge. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you on another video. See ya.